no doubt, Nasser Al-Attiyah is a Dakar superstar. Wherever he goes, the fans want to meet him. We're waiting for Nasser Al-Attiyah. We're fans of Nasser Al-Attiyah. He's an idol for me and many people. What's the Hummer driver's secret?
I think nice feeling. When I compete here in 2009, I've been friendly, you know, with everybody. It's like normal what I do, you know. We make it really good race. We finished second. The difference was 2 minutes. And 2011, we win the race with a good show.
Nasser Al-Attiyah's success in 2011 with Volkswagen opened a new window of sport in Qatar. This year, competing in the Hummer, he's in a less professional team. A few breakages and mistakes have pushed him more than he thought.
You know, it's a process. I think that you know, he could slow down a little bit, and we wouldn't have lost the time in the mud. And the time in the mud would be the difference of him being probably fourth right now. So he'll be sitting third and fourth in the rally. But he's very fast, doing a good job. And biggest thing for him is he has to push every day hard to make up the time that he lost. Guys like myself and Pedersen, so I got to make up a little bit of time, but I don't have to push that hard.
In everything he does, he's pushing hard. In Nasser's other life, he's the flag bearer for Qatar at London's 2012 Olympics. And once again, he's the best in his sport at shooting in the world.
My dream also to win the Olympic game. Everybody follow me in the rally, and when I get in the shooting, really I feel like welcome. Always I make a lot of trouble for the other shooter, you know, because I have very high level.
In 2012, Nasser Al-Attiyah will be a busy man. The Olympics, the World Rally Championship with Citroën, and maybe the realisation of his strongest dream. Nasser Al-Attiyah has a revelation.
It's a dream to have Citroën, you know, to come to Dakar, you know, because I have a lot of history. I am thinking for my project, you know, for next year, you know, to have at least 2 or 3 cars, and also I am working for get another Nasser Al-Attiyah from Qatar to compete in the cross country.
Naturally, he's become the best ambassador of sport in Qatar and the Middle East, a success built on his favourite adventure, the Dakar. Working, cleaning, changing parts, the rest days are busy in the bivouac. After a challenging first week, the cars have indeed tested to their limits, and the leading 5 are only within 34 minutes of each other. In other words, nothing's been decided. Week 1 on the Dakar has been an excellent one for Carlos Sousa. Driving a Great Wall was a new challenge for the Portuguese, who already finished 4th in the Dakar back in 2003. Sousa is one of the very big surprises of the rally in 8th spot. As a past winner of the event, Giniel de Villiers never comes without big ambitions. His performances have been at the height of his expectations in the Toyota Hilux. He never knew it before the Dakar, and the South African has enjoyed a very consistent drive.
I think we can be very satisfied. We're going to lose a little bit more time in the sand, unfortunately. I think if we can get into the top 5, we'll be very, very happy. If we get onto the podium, it will be, you know, like winning the race.
Nani Roma is on target for a final podium spot, like in 2006, where he was driving for Mitsubishi. He knows and has all the ingredients to triumph to Lima. The most important thing for rally road car is reliability. For the moment, we haven't had the slightest problem, and I hope that'll carry on. It's been a historic week for Polish motorsports. Krzysztof Holowicz became the first Pole to lead the overall standings and claim his first ever special. All smiles for the tall Pole.
It's not so bad to be 11 minutes behind our master, behind Stefan Peter Hansel. I think the competition is very nice when you see that there's 5 drivers still have possibility to win. It's for the spectators better as well.
The master indeed when it comes to Dakar. Stefan Pedersen is just that. As expected, the Frenchman leads the standings. 9-time Dakar winner knows that the road is still very long and the opposition fierce. If we have WRC type tracks, we'll have a good performance. But if we have open spaces in the desert where you have to cut off piste, we'll really struggle to follow the Hummer. It took Nasser Al-Attiyah one stage to create panic on the Kopiapo bivouac. He finally managed to conquer his first special in such an outstanding way that he's now a main threat once more.
It's a long way, and I think the pressure starts for the other team now.
42 minutes is Al-Attiyah's deficit, and now he only has one plan.
Full attack, maximum.
But Al-Attiyah isn't the only threat for the mini boys. Robbie Gordon might not have won a stage. He has, however, in third spot overall, breathing down the neck of Holovitz.
We love this desert. It's all about having the right players on the team, and I think we got a good shot. We were confident when we came here this year, and we felt that we had a good set of equipment, and now we just need to capitalize and just have good performance.
Slightly less under the spotlight, Pascal Thomas is having a blast in his yellow buggy. He leads the two-wheel drive standings 12th overall. On pole once again in the T2 production class, Juan Mitsuhashi is over 20 minutes ahead of Xavier Foy. But in the overall standings, it's Peter Hansel, Holovitz and Gordon the top three, Nani Roma 4th and Giniel de Villiers in 5th position. Al-Attiyah lies in 6th, Nowitzki 7th, then it's Souza, Alvarez and Van Loon in the Mitsubishi in 10th. Coming next, we go and talk to Gerard Deroy about how great his first week been in the Iveco. The Chilean government was well represented at Dakar bivouac in Copiapo. The Minister of Economy, Development and Tourism, Pablo Longuelia, and the Vice Secretary of Sport, Gabriel Ruiz Tangle, were delighted to see the event back in their country once more and announced the 2013 event would start in Santiago. For Frenchman Alain Duclos, this has not been a Dakar to remember. Having problems with his bike, he left it to find some phone signal, and when he returned, the Aprilia had been fleeced of everything. Luckily, there was a local on hand to give him some spare parts so he could finish the stage. The generous Chilean returned to Copiapo to reclaim his parts and got a surprise autograph as well. The saddle fitted perfectly, so we put it on the bike and taped it on for safety, and that allowed me to continue. A great story from the Dakar. As we move into the second week, we still have many runners. 126 bikes are still going. 10 quads had to give up. We have 53 cars retired from 161 who were entered, and 12 down in the trucks. For 4 years now, the Dakar has raised money for Un Tecno para Mi País, an organisation that helps fight poverty in Latin America. For the last 14 years, 800,000 houses have been built in 19 different countries, an important task on a continent where 1/3 of the population lives in extreme poverty. Other than the money, the organisation uses the Dakar to raise better awareness. Agustin Wolf explains. Here you can see behind me an installation that represents a slum in South America. A hidden reality because one doesn't know what kind of conditions these people live in. It's important for us to work together to make our continent a better one. Stage 1 and Marcel van Vliet took the first advantage coming out of Mar del Plata. Like he'd done in 2009 aboard his man, he took stage victory, but sadly his success wouldn't last long. He had major engine problems just a few days later and slipped well down the general order. It was another Dutchman who took advantage on day 2, Gerard de Rooij in his new Iveco, settling into a long-nosed cab. He eventually won 4 of the remaining specials during the first week. Team de Rooij were serious about taking on Kamaz and entered 3 mighty drivers to compete. And Mickey Biesian stole the show on stage 3 from his Dutch teammates. But on stage 7, the truck fell apart. Firstly, he got some punctures, and then gearbox problems made it super hard to vault the dunes, and he lost well over 6 hours. It means Hans Racy Stacey is now the rear gunner for nephew de Rooij. He also lost chunks of time in the Copiapo dunes and is well over 30 minutes from the rally lead, meaning attention on the team boss de Rooij. Arthur Victors has been more consistently the best Kamaz on stage 3. He was leading the standings, but the Kazakhstani driver has slipped down from that spot and is now an hour off the lead. It's gone really badly for Kamaz. Their only experienced driver, Nikolaev, being thrown out the rally. Best placed non-Kamaz then is Czech driver Alice Loprez.
Last year I stopped here from the 2nd position due to the broken turbocharger, so anything can happen, so we still have to wait.
So Gerard de Rooij leads the trucks, but how will he keep his advantage?
I'm gonna take it easy. Now I only have to watch Loprez, what he's doing. I really need to focus and to drive safe and not take any big risk.
So it's de Rooij, Loprez, Stacey, then Ard Victors in 4th position, and Karganov, the best of the works Kamazes, in 5th. In 1992, and for the first time, the Dakar did not finish in Senegal, but in Cape Town, South Africa. That radical change of course offered an unusual situation between Nambia and Rakana in Angola. A massive river. Bruno Berlond, Ari Vatman's co-driver, jumped in the water to understand how deep it was, but it seemed impassable. 2 bikers had made it through, Stefan Pederhansel and Danny Laporte. Others hesitated though. Berlund tried to show the way, but rapidly all noticed that there was not much that they could do. The efforts to help Cavalier and the Yamaha cross the river were totally pointless, and the Dakar seemed paralysed.
6 people helped to get the bike out. Everyone won't have 6 people to help. It's a bit of a lottery. If the bike chokes once in the middle, the engine gets flooded and the bike stops. It would be a shame.
So just 2 men had made it cross. The rest decided to turn back. The problem then was, how would they get the 3 bikers back to the right side of the river? The ever-present helicopter, of course. It was to end up being Stefan Pederhansel's 2nd of 6 rally victories on a bike, thanks to his performances on the tracks of Congo, but he will never forget the moments of concern on the shores of that river in Angola. Back to the race, and tomorrow we head to Antofagasta. It means another day in the Copiapo dunes and a punishing run to the sea. Will Cyril Desprez keep control of the bike rally? Can Stefan Pederhansel hold off the Hummers in the dunes? Find out when the adventure continues.